kindergartners! Welcome to my reading room at home. So I need to tell you, because the first movie that I made for you, I could never finish uploading it to you. So we're going to try this again. But I need to tell you that I have created our reading room like at school in my house. But during our reading time together, we might have an interruption. So it could be the phone ringing, it could be the doorbell, it could be my dog walking by, it could be my dog eating, it could be my children walking around the house. So we'll just see how many interruptions we have. If we do have an interruption, we just keep right on learning, just like we do at school, right? And speaking of one of those interruptions, it's happening right now. So good thing I warned you about that. I had a feeling that that might happen. So I think she's starting to get used to this and she might not interrupt again, but we'll see, okay? All right, so when we do reading time together in our videos, it's very important that you realize that the lessons are in two parts, okay? So we have video number 1, which is what we're doing right now, and then we have video number 2. So video number 1, part 1, I go over the story with you and I go over the strategies with you that you'll need to learn to be able to read the story by yourself. And then in video number 2, that's when you get to practice reading the book all by yourself, using the strategies on your own, okay? So I go kind of quickly at the beginning. We don't revisit the toolbox every day. I made a reading strategies video you can revisit to practice your strategies every day. So look for the reading strategies video, and that's when we talk about our toolbox, okay? So if some of these things don't make sense to you, make sure you go back and revisit that video several times, because when I start the lessons, we're gonna just jump right in to make it go a little bit faster, okay? Because we do practice our toolbox every day, and that's something you can go back to revisit. So we're going to read this story today. This story is called Cat and Mouse. And it's okay, I'm gonna do whiteboard, okay? In this story, and every once in a while, I'll be talking to my cameraman and making sure that you can see what you need to see for your reading time. Okay, boys and girls? So in the story, Cat and Mouse, you have 3 key words that you'll need to know, and they're probably on every page, right? So let's look at the first keyword. So if you remember the tools in your toolbox and you remember how to use your I Spy Eyes, if you look inside this word, you might see something that you know. So I'm going to imagine that I hear you shouting to me right now. And what Lego do you see inside this word? Hopefully you see the OU inside this word. And OU says ow, right, boys and girls? So if we sing it, this word's going to say, oops, that was chopping up. That's not what good readers do. Let me try again. Mouse, mouse. Now this word has a magic E at the end, doesn't it? But it doesn't work inside this word because the OU takes care of itself. So he's just going along for the ride. So you don't have to worry about the magic E in this word. You just do mouse, mouse. So in this story, if we look at the picture, there's going to be a mouse, right? Cameraman, is there a glare on the book or is it okay? Good? Okay. All right, so mouse is one of the characters in the story. And then let's practice using our I Spy Eyes. We could sing this word in 3 Legos, or we could look for a big piece. So if we look inside this word, I hope you see at, which is also a sight word that you should know. So if you know at, then you know at, then you know cat. And cat is one of the other characters in this story, okay? And then there's kind of a tricky word. It's a sight word when you get to 1st grade. But this word is on every single page. So let's think about a cat and a mouse. Do you think they're best friends, or do you think they could not like each other in this story? So in this story, one of them is going, well, I'll tell you in a minute. I want you to look at this word first, okay? Because some of you have been learning your tools and you just might find this all by yourself. And I would be very proud of you if I heard you find it all by yourself. So if you look at this word, what do you see at the end? Do you remember what we learned about ER? When ER is at the end, it says doesn't it? So if we attack this word, an A, what did we learn what an A says? An A says doesn't it? Now this word tricks a lot of first graders because they forget that they can say ah. So if you drive down the reading road and you just sing every sound you see, this word will be easy for you, okay? So we drive along, we get to the ah, so we say ah. Here we go. Ah, and that was chopping up. That was not good singing. Let's try that again. After. Again. After. So this word says, say it fast, after. And that is a first grade sight word, okay? And that's almost on every page in this book. So get a good look at it. And remember, if you start to attack the word and you say ah, that'll be a good reminder that the word is after, okay? So those are our 3 key words that's probably on every page inside the story. So if you look at them, you could probably say them fast, all right? So this is mouse, cat, and after, all right? Now, in this story, somebody is chasing after someone else, and I'm gonna let you figure that out when you read it, okay? And while one of the characters is chasing after the other character, certain things happen in this story. So the first thing that happens in the story is one of the characters has to do this, all right? So what do you see inside this word? Hopefully you see the ER again. That says doesn't it? And then you should know UN. UN says un. And then we have this letter, which if we drive down the reading road, drive, crash. You're crashing into the dinosaur tummy. So this is a duh. So we sing it. We have under. So someone is going to go under something. And let's see if we can figure out that something before we look at the picture, all right? So that something starts with a f, and then we have EN. This is big mouth, so this says N. So he goes under a fan. The rest of this word is tricky. So if we just use our brain and we say, what could he go under? That sounds like fence. So if I show you the picture, cameraman, make sure you can see okay. Can you see the picture okay? So what is one of the characters going under? He's going under the fence. Do you see the brown fence in the picture? So you could use the F-E-N to start singing fen, and you can use the picture to know that that word says fence, because in this word, the C makes the S sound, and that's kind of tricky for us kindergartners, isn't it, boys and girls? So the picture can help out a lot on that page, all right? And then one of the characters is going to do this. He's going to go, just sing it, up, up. Now, if we look at what he's going to go up, we look at this word, you should see a chunk in this word. This word says ill. So if this chunk says ill, and we put a h in front, then it's going to say hill. So let's look at the picture and see if that makes sense. I'll show you this way, okay? So is he going up the hill? You see this little line right here? That's the hill. He's going up the hill, okay? So if some of these words are too hard for you, you could sing the sounds, as many sounds as you can sing. It's very important that you start singing the sounds first, because we don't want the picture just to tell us the story. We want the letters to tell us the story, okay? And then someone in the story is going to do this. So let's just practice singing it like we do in our phonics book, okay? So this one says this one says this one says n, and this one says s. So some of the words we can look at each Lego, or we might have to look for big Legos. And this word, we're just going to practice reading each Lego. Here we go. So let's sing with me. Here we go. Runs, runs. Say it fast. Runs. So one of the character runs after the other character. And here's another word we can sing every single sound, okay? This one says t. This one says ah. This one says g. Remember, don't gulp your milk. G, 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 g. That's bad manners. So the letter has a straw on it, so you don't gulp your milk. This is a g, right? And this one says s. So we drive our car down the reading road and we sing this word. Here we go. T. Oops. T. Ags. T. Ags. Tags. So someone in the story tags someone. All right, boys and girls? So those are the I Spy I words, and those are the keywords. And if you start to read the story and it's too hard, you can just watch this video again and practice those strategies some more, okay? So now we're going to get ready for video number 2, and I'm going to show you the story, and you can practice reading it by yourself, okay? Bye-bye for now. See you in video number 2.